Jai Gurudev students, welcome in this science class again. So children, today we will start chapter number 5. Chapter number 5 is sorting materials into groups. Okay, so let's start chapter number 5, sorting materials into groups. So students, in this chapter we will study about the sorting of materials. Sorting means to separate out or to arrange, but how to arrange everything or every material according to their different characteristics. Suppose I am giving you example here. Suppose sorting of material when we want to do, and that time suppose you go to market and you purchase so many things for your home. You buy your books, your other stationery items also, pencil, eraser and everything, and we have a single bag, big bag, and we keep all the stationery material in the bag. After that we go to the another shop, and from that shop we purchased some cosmetic things, some cosmetic items like cream, shampoo, soap, all these, and that also we keep in the same bag. After that we go to the vegetable seller and we have purchased some vegetables and fruits also from the same market, and that also we keep in that in the same bag. So what will happen, some others item also, as you know that when we go to market we purchase many different things for our home according to our need. So when we come back to home, then what we do, we take out all the things, and all the things are there on the table, we keep it. Now they are in jumbled form. Now what you do, you have to separate all the things. Understand? Means now what we are doing sorting of materials into different groups. Means these are the vegetables. You know that vegetables we have to keep in refrigerator. So we sort out first vegetables. After that we sort out the stationery things. These stationery things, pencil, eraser, your sharpener and your copies and books, that you made separate and keep it in your cupboard or your table where you keeping your books. So in the same way, kitchen item we keep in the kitchen, and cosmetic items we keep in our either in dressing table or where you want to keep in your these shampoos or soap in the washroom. Okay, so in this way we are sorting out all the materials, or we can say we are now separating out those materials. But how we separate out? According to their different characteristics or according to their different properties. So children, here in your book it is given first one, that some of the materials are made up from, means some of the things or object word they have used in this chapter. So object, you know that it is also a simple English word, and object means anything. So children, you know that sometimes we can see that a single object is made up of many things, or we can say many kind of materials. For example, here we can take example of this board. Suppose I am taking example of this board. So if we talk about this board is a object. Okay, how means how many materials are used in this full board? That let's we see. This is a iron sheet. Okay, and on the iron sheet they have painted with black. After that, one is iron material. So here I am writing board, and board is made up of how many materials? First is iron. Second, what they use in this board? Some kind of paint. And third, what they use? See here at the border, that is a aluminium, that we can say margin. Okay, and it is made up of aluminium. So aluminium also we use in this. Understand? So in this way, this board is made up of three kind of different materials. So here you can take example of any object. In your book they have given suppose your cupboard or even your bag, school bag. If we take about if we take example of your school bag or any kind of bag, then you see that bag is also made up of some materials. In bag, which materials are used? Some bags are made up of cloths. So cloth is one material, and chain is also used. Maybe chain is made up of plastic or metal. So if it is of plastic, you can write plastic. So cloth, plastic is there, and in the chain they have used somewhere metallic holder also. When we hold a chain and pull that holder is made up of some metal or iron, we can say. So these three kind of materials they use to make your bag, school bag. Okay, and somewhere they use that plastic coating also to make it waterproof. Okay, and in the same way, some examples you can write down here your own. Any object you can take as an example, and you can find out that all the objects are made up of different type of materials. Okay, children. So here one way is this one, that we can say that one object is made up of many kind of materials. In the same way, we can say that a material, suppose here I am talking about wood. Okay, a wood is also used to make different materials. Previously, what we say, that one object is made from so many materials, more than one materials. But here I am talking about material is used to make many things. You know that wood can be used to make building material. We can make chair from the wood, table, or your cupboard, or we can say so many things. We can write here the objects that what we make from a single material. So children, from a single material we can make many things, or a single object can be made by the use of many material also. So both the way we can study those materials and objects. Okay children. So in this way, in your book they have given in the tabular form. In your book you can see and fill according to your choice. According to your choice you can fill the name of objects, or according to your choice you can fill the name of materials. Okay. So after this Our next topic is what are the different properties on the basis of which we can classify the different materials. Means when so many things are placed in a room, then according to which category or on the basis of which property of any material you can classify. So many characteristics of or many properties are there which we are going to study. On the basis of that, we can separate out or sort out the things into different categories. So what are these we can say properties of materials? Heading which is given in your book, properties of materials. What are the different properties? Let's study one by one according to your book. Whatever they have given, there are endless properties are there. So, but how many they have given in your book in detail, that much we have to study. But before that, they have given a list of properties also. List of properties, I tell you that what they have given in the book. First is roughness. Means on the basis of any material, it is rough or we can say smooth, we can classify on the basis of this characteristic also. Next is luster. Luster means on the basis of shine, whether the material is shiny or not shiny. Like all the metals are lustrous or we can say shiny, and that's why we can say these are the metals. We separate the metals, and those material which are not shiny, that we can separate out. And after that, hardness means any material, if it is hard, we can say hard materials make separate and soft material you keep separately. So sorting of material on the basis of these categories. Next, they have given transparency. I am just reading out all the names. Then one by one we will study according to your book which topics are given, that I will explain you in detail. So after that, transparency, state means transparency, you know that whether any material is transparent means it allows light, full light to pass through it or not. Okay, and state means whether it is solid or liquid or gas. Then solubility, whether anything is soluble in water or it is soluble in other liquid. Okay, on the basis of this also we can separate out the materials. Flotation. Flotation means when we dissolve anything in water, and sometimes some materials they settle down, just like sand. When you dissolve sand in water, sand immediately settle down because of their heaviness. And some of the materials like chalk powder, if we put chalk powder in water and dissolve it, they will not dissolve properly. Some of the suspended particles, or we can say floating particles, they float on the surface. So this is on the basis of flotation we can separate out. Then after that, conduction of heat. Conduction of heat means whether it is a good conductor of heat and electricity or it is a bad conductor, or we can say insulator. Understand? So it is according to the on the basis of electricity, good conductor of electricity and heat, both the things we can study that collectively. And last one which is given here as a point, that is magnetic attraction. Magnetic attraction, children, you know that magnet only can attract the things made up of iron, nickel and cobalt. Means three kind of material only are attracted by the magnet. So we can separate out these three materials by the help of magnetic attraction. Understand? Means we can say that these three materials are magnetic materials, so separate out these, and rest of the materials are non-magnetic, so keep them away. Understand? So on the basis of these characteristics or these properties, we can sort out or separate out the materials into different groups. So after that, let's study in detail about these things. So first, which is given in your book, the first property is roughness. Roughness, or we can say hardness. In this way we can understand this property. Roughness, children, you know that some of the materials are, when we touch them, they are very rough in a touch, and some of the material, when we touch them, they are very soft. Okay, so in this you can take example of your fibers, just like cotton fiber. If you touch cotton fiber, then it is very soft. And if you touch coir means that we have already studied about the coir, that coir is a outermost hairy covering of coconut. You know that how much hard it is. So both are, we can separate out cotton from coir on the basis of roughness. Okay, and in your book one more example, which is good example, that is given that if you touch any wood is a rough, but means if you touch any tree, that tree trunk if you touch, then that is rough in touch. But if you touch flower of any plant, that is very soft to touch. So on the basis of roughness, we can classify materials into different groups. Understand? So after roughness, second property which is given in your book, that is luster. Luster means shiny. Okay? What is this? Luster. Luster means shine. You know that many materials they shine, and some of the materials they don't shine. Just like we have studied about the fibers chapter, fiber to fabric, you studied just now before this chapter. So in that we have seen that silk fibers are shiny in nature, and as compared to silk fiber, if we talk about cotton, or if we talk about coir, these fibers are not shiny at all. So on the basis of their shine also, we can separate both the fibers. Understand? And here if I take example of metals and non-metals, then also we can say that all the metals, if we clean their surface properly, rub it properly, then they all are shiny in nature. All the metals are shiny in nature. But non-metals are not shiny in nature. Just like you can see wood. Wood is not shiny. So wood is not lustrous, we can see. Okay. This luster word is a scientific term, so you have to use this. And wood is non-lustrous, and if we talk about metals, all the metals are lustrous in nature. So on the basis of this characteristic also, we can separate out or sort out the different materials. Now third, your material is property is hardness. So children, if we talk about hardness, then in your book very interesting example is given about the diamond. You know that diamond is the hardest material we can ever see. And if we talk about that any soft thing, you can take example of any soft thing, because hard, when we separate hard material, then as compared to hard material we can separate out soft material. Okay, so if any suppose some marbles are kept there. Okay, marbles means that some stones, you can say. If stones are kept there, or cotton balls we kept somewhere, then you easily identify that these stones are hard, so we can easily separate out from the cotton balls, because cotton balls are very soft in nature. Okay, so these on the basis of hardness or softness also we can classify the materials into, we can sort out the materials into different groups, because hardness is also one of the main property of materials. Okay, so children, after this, in next video we will study about the fourth property.